This morning, Quinn was talking about how the mental side got to. He kind of got himself down a little bit last year. How much do you have to work on his mentality as you over the last 7 months going into this year?
Well, I think that's part of the growth, right? That's part of the progression of growing into becoming a player of his caliber at this stage of his career. And there's no perfect formula. If it was all just easy, everybody could do it. And you have to have the ability to persevere. And I give Quinn a lot of credit because he did persevere. There were not all, sunshiny, rosy days for him in his first year as a starting quarterback. But he didn't waver. He stood tall. He answered every question. He stood right in there, and he continued to work. And he kept working at it and kept working at it. And I think we're seeing a different version of Quinn today than we saw a year ago at this time. And that's what it's about. It's about developing into the player and the person that we think we can all become. And hopefully that we have an impact on him to where he looks back at his time at Texas with us, whenever it is, and say, man, I'm glad I made that decision to go there. I was surrounded by men that helped me through difficult times to make me become the man that I am today.
You told us this team looks different. It has a different look in its eye. Can you give us examples of what you've seen over the summer to lead you to believe that?
I just think it's highly competitive. I go watch our guys run every day. Nobody's surviving the run. Everybody's fighting to try to win the run. And when you have that mentality day in and day out, the moment never is going to be too big for you on Saturdays, whatever the game is. And I just think that we're connected. We're connected on a level that is impressive to me, probably a little bit even beyond what I thought they could be at this point. These guys have been driven, they're focused. I've said it before, they feel like they're on a mission to go do this. And hey, we got a lot of work to do between now and September, and then September all the way to January, but the trajectory feels right for sure.
Coach, you talked about the third-year players, and it made me think of Jake Majors. Tell me about the competition on the offensive line. What has Jake got to do to fend off those young guys coming up behind over the guards?
That's the beauty of it, right? Jake has been a fantastic player for us, but they're all chomping at the bit. And so ultimately it's continue to improve. How do you get physically stronger? How do you get quicker? How do you get mentally sharper? How do you communicate even better? How do you lead even better? Because like I said, like-minded people that are driven, that are focused, raise everybody's level. And I think Jake is just doing exactly that. He's raising his level of play.
Coach, that
was a lot there.
How does your offense feel the production that left by Bijan and Roshan? How will the offense look a little different this year without them there?
Well, ultimately we want to be a balanced attack, and I felt like at times last year we were a little bit one-dimensional. We didn't throw the ball to kind of our standard of doing that, so we've put in a lot of work into that. We've got a really talented receiving core. We've got good tight ends. We have a veteran offensive line. We're returning our quarterback. We got to fill the void of those two guys with the bodies, but it's a talented running back room. And so that's what training camp's for, to work ourselves through it. And inevitably, my job as the coach is, when that first game rolls around against Rice, that we're doing the things that put our team in the best position to be successful, whether that's running it, throwing it, multiple personnel groupings, whatever that looks like. That's our job to figure out, but we definitely have the ingredients in the kitchen to do something special.
In a general broad sense, has realignment been good or bad for college football?
That's for you guys to answer. My job is to play the games that are on our schedule. So the reality of it is there's realignment. Okay, so let's go play the teams we're supposed to play in the conference that they put us in. That's my thought on it.
Coach, what are the odds you're going to be back here in December?
I don't know. You tell me. Ask Vegas. All right, see you guys.